Welcome to our channel. Today, we unravel the intriguing tale of a dumb scam that managed to amass millions. Transport yourself to the 18 hundreds, where hard labor takes a toll on your body and relief seems elusive. Enter Clark Stanley, also known as the Rattlesnake King, captivating crowds with his mesmerizing claims. He touts a miraculous medicine, treating everything from muscle pain to insect bites. Enthralled by desperation, people flock to buy his snake oil concoction. Join us as we delve into the captivating story of Clark Stanley, the original snake oil salesman, and uncover how his deceptive scheme fooled the masses and made him a fortune. Let's dive in. Chinese immigrants who worked on the American railroads introduced snake oil to the country. They shared their homegrown remedies with fellow workers to alleviate joint pain caused by their labor-intensive work. In traditional Chinese medicine, oil extracted from Chinese water snakes had been used for centuries to treat joint ailments. Modern scientific studies have shown that snake oil contains high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which have numerous health benefits, including reducing inflammation and improving cognitive functions. So why is snake oil now associated with scams? The answer lies in the high demand it gained among the American working class. The popularity of Chinese snake oil spread rapidly, creating a market demand that couldn't be met by importing oil from China. This demand created an opportunity for scammers to create their own versions of snake oil, claiming them to be equally effective or even superior to the original. This is where Clark Stanley enters the scene as an intriguing character. Clark Stanley, self-proclaimed as the Rattlesnake King, presented himself as a Texan cowboy with a unique story. He claimed to have learned the secrets of making snake oil medicine from the Hopi tribe during his time in Arizona. However, there is no evidence to support his claims, and it is more likely that he saw the market demand and created his own fake version using rattlesnakes readily available in America. Despite lacking medical evidence, Clark confidently marketed his snake oil liniment as a cure for joint pain and various other ailments. While Clark was not the first person to sell fraudulent concoctions as medicine, he was the first to capitalize on the snake oil craze. He traveled across the United States, targeting unsuspecting individuals with his supposed miracle cure. Before the era of the United States Food and Drug Administration, the sale of medicine was largely unregulated. Entrepreneurs with questionable morals took advantage of this lack of oversight and created patent medicines. These concoctions were marketed as miracle cures for various ailments, but the ingredients were often kept secret. As a result, patent medicines were essentially random mixtures with little to no medical benefit. While the patent medicine industry originated in England, it quickly spread to other countries, including the United States. In the 1800s, scammers in the US realized that they could make more profit by creating their own tonics and elixirs instead of importing them. This led to a proliferation of patent medicines in the market, with each claiming to cure a wide range of illnesses. However, with so many competing products, it became challenging for scammers to differentiate themselves. To stand out from the crowded market, successful patent medicine sellers like Clark Stanley, infamous for his snake oil, relied on theatrical performances as their sales pitch. They would arrive in a new town, set up shop on the main street, and attract a crowd of curious onlookers. Their presentations were part carnival, part sales pitch, designed to captivate the audience and entice them to buy their products. Fake plants strategically placed in the crowd would praise the product based on personal experience, urging others to try it for themselves. The power of persuasion and spectacle played a significant role in convincing people to purchase these patent medicines. These sellers understood that creating an engaging experience and utilizing social proof were essential to winning over customers. The combination of flashy performances, testimonials, and promises of miraculous results helped these scam artists peddle their ineffective remedies. In the world of deceptive patent medicines, Clark Stanley stood out as a master showman. While many others engaged in similar practices, it was Stanley who carefully observed the tricks employed by the most successful sellers and decided to create his own attention-grabbing spectacle. He seized his first big opportunity at the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, where he set up a stand and mesmerized the public by manufacturing his snake oil right before their eyes. Stanley's showmanship involved a bag full of snakes. He would dramatically select one from the sack, cut it open in front of the awestruck crowd, and plunge it into boiling water. Skimming off the fat, he mixed it with his secret ingredients and concocted his snake oil on the spot. The theatrical display, with its gruesome snake cutting, garnered significant attention and immediately attracted crowds eager to purchase Stanley's product. While the theatrics helped him gain initial customers, Stanley's business breakthrough came when he used some of his profits to establish a factory in Beverly, Massachusetts. This allowed him to produce snake oil on a much larger scale than his competitors, lending an air of authenticity to his operation. By 1901, he had become the largest snake oil salesman in the country and opened an even larger manufacturing plant. Such was the popularity of his product that he had to combat imitation bottles sold by shady street vendors and traveling salesmen. Ironically, despite warning against worthless imitations, Stanley had started his own venture in a similar fashion. Nonetheless, his marketing skills were so effective that people began counterfeiting his product. Life was prosperous for Stanley, and his business thrived as long as he didn't have to substantiate his extravagant claims. However, the tides began to turn at the start of the 20th century. The United States government recognized the need to regulate unchecked patent medicines and passed the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906. While the act primarily aimed to address concerns in the meatpacking industry, it eventually encompassed the regulation of snake oil and other patent medicines. In 1916, the recently formed FDA tested Clark Stanley's snake oil liniment, only to discover that it contained no snake oil at all. Instead, it was primarily mineral oil mixed with beef fat, chili peppers, and aromatic additives like camphor and turpentine. The alleged health benefits of Stanley's product were most likely a result of the placebo effect, if anything. Stanley wasn't prosecuted for selling snake oil, but rather for selling fake snake oil. His product was a sham, falsely claiming healing properties it did not possess. The term snake oil salesman was born out of such blatant deception, and it continues to be associated with fraud and charlatanism. Although Stanley made a fortune by deceiving hopeful customers, his punishment amounted to a mere $20 fine for misbranding his product. This lenient penalty allowed him to walk away with his ill-gotten gains, forever staining the reputation of snake oil salesman. In conclusion, the tale of Clark Stanley and his snake oil empire serves as a cautionary reminder of the deceptive practices that have long plagued the world of patent medicines. Stanley's showmanship and theatrical tricks captivated audiences, drawing them into a web of false promises and empty claims. While his snake oil may have initially contained some genuine medicinal properties, over time, it devolved into a concoction of mineral oil and additives devoid of any true healing qualities. The rise and fall of Clark Stanley exemplify the unchecked nature of the patent medicine industry before regulations were put in place. Stanley took advantage of a system that allowed him to peddle his fraudulent product with little consequence, exploiting the hopes and trust of unsuspecting consumers. Fortunately, the enactment of laws such as the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906 signaled a turning point in the battle against unscrupulous merchants. The regulations aim to protect the public from mislabeled and potentially harmful products, including snake oil and other patent medicines. While it took time for the government to fully address these issues, the exposure of Stanley's fraudulent practices marked a step towards safeguarding public health. Today, the term snake oil salesman remains a powerful metaphor for those who seek to deceive others with false promises and exaggerated claims. It serves as a reminder to exercise caution and critical thinking when confronted with miracle cures and quick fix solutions. The legacy of Clark Stanley reminds us of the importance of evidence-based medicine, rigorous regulation, and consumer awareness in an era where scams and fraud continue to persist. Ultimately, the story of snake oil salesmen like Clark Stanley teaches us that true progress and well-being are achieved through scientific inquiry, transparency, and an unwavering commitment to the ethical provision of medical care. By learning from history's lessons, we can navigate the complexities of the modern healthcare landscape with informed choices and a healthy skepticism, ensuring our own safety and the advancement of genuine medical advancements for all. And that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Share the video to all and tap on the bell icon so you never miss an upload. I shall see you in the next video.